day, my name is Angelo. This is Nation's Very Star, your most preferred YouTube channel. How have we been? As for we over here, we've been doing quite very fine, okay? Today is the day that Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, of course, the presidential candidate, set aside to grant a world press conference in order to address the issues and to make known to the world and Nigerians alike the findings he actually stumbled over during his deposition, or during the deposition at the Northern District Court of Illinois, of the deposition of the Chicago State University officials, and his findings over certificate forgery and alleged impersonation of Bola Ahmed Tinibu in the Chicago State University. All right, now that press conference is underway and done and dusted. All right, and this particular expose is coming straight to you because you will hear things in this press conference that the world will shake for. All right, yes, of course, the internet never forgets, neither will posterity forget. All right, so history will always remind us of this particular press conference. That is the best thing Atiku has done, to actually grant a press conference and tell the world his findings in Chicago State University and his findings about the deposition of the staff and officials of Chicago State University. Please, this particular press conference, I decided to doctor it. How did I do that? I decided to cut away everybody that spoke in that press conference and allowed Atiku Abubakar's video, so you would listen to him say lots of things and answer lots of questions. All right, this expose is supposed to go viral. Okay, this particular video should go viral, so I'm urging you now, make it go viral by all means. Make it go viral by all means, please. Before I show you the video, I would love to say precisely that from what he said, it has now been confirmed that Bola Tinubu actually forged a certificate. Bola Tinubu actually impersonated someone who was a woman. Bola Tinubu actually impersonated not just a woman, but this same Bola A. Tinubu that he impersonated is a black American and might have been dead. You would listen to this from Atiku Abubakar's press conference. Please stay tuned. More details after the conference.
Political leadership and active citizenship matter because there are ways through which we all work together to build a country that works for all who live in it and who will come after us. Our country is bigger than any one of us, and its standing in the world affects the fate of all who come from or live in this great country, which has great future. As leaders, it is our duty to advance the well-being of all our people. For this purpose, my generation worked hard to return the soldiers to the barracks. Very many of us are here. And to defend the right of the people to elect and establish for ourselves legitimate government. Our elections are established and governed by law and founded on the Constitution, from which leadership and government in Nigeria alone derive their legitimacy. The people look up to us as leaders to respect these rules and to defend them. This is what has brought us here today. Today, we are called upon to again, as a people, to uphold and defend the ground rules of elective government in our country. The Constitution prescribes the requirements for those who seek the highest elective office in the land. It should not take months or indeed decades for the institutions concerned to be able to do their work in establishing the credibility of any certificates presented by candidates for public office. We undertook this journey at great cost and for important reasons. The ground rules for legitimate governance in our country need to be upheld. And you who are gathered here today have the responsibility of holding those ground rules. And the reputation of our country is at stake. That affects everyone, Nigerians everywhere, wherever they may be in the world. I am a Democrat by conviction and a citizen of a country that I love. The issues at stake in this case require us once more to rededicate ourselves to both the country and our constitution. Now we must entrust these facts to us all as citizens and as leaders of the institutions charged with interpreting our constitution. I should thank the lawyers, both in Nigeria and in the United States, who have assisted us in bringing clarity and definitive answers to these issues that appear to have defied our institutions for nearly a quarter of a century. I also want to extend my gratitude to the Nigerian citizens and friends of Nigeria, both within and beyond the shores of our country, for their patience as we have sought to find the facts and establish the truth. I wish to pay tribute to the late human rights activist, Chief Gani Fawehimi, senior advocate of Nigeria, who inspired us on this path of discovery. Now he can truly rest in peace in the assurance that what he started about 23 years ago has come to fruition. Gani's vindication today gives credence to the saying that no matter how fast a lie runs, the truth will someday overtake it. Former American President Thomas Jefferson once said, and I quote, "If I had to choose between government without newspapers and newspapers without government, I wouldn't hesitate to choose the latter." From exposing the Watergate scandal and unraveling the dubious certificates of politicians, journalists have maintained eternal vigilance by bridging the gap and stepping in when other arms of government failed. It is for these reasons that commendation must be given to David Hundeyin, an independent journalist whose extraordinary work and those of many more young people like him has become a source of inspiration. Special thanks must be given to the millions of Nigerian youths and citizen journalists too, who continue to put out the truth online even when no one is listening. Indeed, the price of liberty is eternal vigilance. They have put the country first in their firm commitment to unravel the truth and hold leaders accountable. This gives me the hope that we have worthy partners in the struggle to reclaim the country we call our home. This quest is not for or about Atiku Abubakar. It is a quest for the enthronement of truth, morality, justice, and accountability in our public affairs. In line with this, let me call on all well-meaning Nigerians, leaders of thought, our religious leaders, our traditional leaders, our community leaders, our political leaders, and in particular, Governor Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Governor Rabi Ukwankwaso of the NNPP and the leaders of every political party in Nigeria, and indeed every single person who loves this country, as I do, and who wishes nothing but the best for this country as I do, to join me in this campaign to enshrine probity, accountability, and the basic principles of justice, morality, and uprightness in our country and in our government. This is a task for each and every one of us. Let me, therefore, at this juncture, thank you for listening. May God bless you all, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you. Back to disagree with Bola Ahmed Tinibu. Yes, it is true. In 2007, we came together to form AC. And in Lagos, at the convention, I emerged as the winner and got the ticket. After I got the ticket, he sent about 5 or 6 senior partymen. Some of them are here. I can even name them, but I don't want to embarrass them. And they met me and said to me that Bola wanted to be my running mate. I said, gentlemen, you are all old enough. And apparently, virtually all of you are Christians with the exception of only one person. What would be your reaction to have a Muslim ticket? All of them said, we totally object to it. I said, then why didn't you tell him when he was giving you the message that, look, Mr. Tinibu, the message you are giving us, we don't seem to agree with you. Why are you coming then to me? And that was the end of the political relationship. He broke away, went and supported Umaru Yar'Adua. So, where is the ground for him to say that I betrayed him? But those of you who are old enough will also remember that in 2003, the PDP took over all the southwestern states, with the exception of Lagos. I stood between Obasanjo and himself. I said, no, you can't take over Lagos. Leave it. And he left it. So who is indebted to the other? Is it me or Bola Ahmed Tinibu? But there are other things which I would not want to go into. But I vehemently deny that either I stabbed him at the back or did not do him whatever. Thank you. Until today, I will not do Muslim ticket. So I don't have to be president because I don't believe it is right for this country. It's not right. Absolutely wrong. We are multi-ethnic and multi-religious. And our government should reflect our diversity and our composition. Thank you very much. As you might have read in several other places, I was, in fact, not involved. In fact, I was the founder of one of the biggest oil and gas logistics company since the military area. And as soon as Buhari government came, even though we had license, we had got nothing to do with government. We were only contractors in logistics to the oil companies, not government. But as soon as Buhari came, all those contracts were revoked and taken away from us till today. So I'm not doing any government business. Yes, I am in other businesses, agriculture, manufacturing, and so on and so forth. So that's as far as government business is concerned. So I'm not scared of any business being taken away from me. It has already been taken away from me since the beginning of, it was in 1990, since Buhari's time. They took it and distributed it among themselves. So what was the other question? Not really. Yes, immediately after the elections, I was told there was a delegation of governors who claimed, they were sent, by the president, but I did not even allow them to get into my house. I didn't. I will only drop the fight when the court rules. If the court rules that I am right, fine. If the court rules that he is right, so that's the end of the fight. Because at the moment we are at the Supreme Court, and there is no any other court than the Supreme Court.
Alright, all said and done, you've heard it there from Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party during the just concluded general elections. Well, one statement brought my attention to limelight. Alright, he said, I quote, he said, he will not rest. The only condition he will accept to drop this case is if the Supreme Court rule, if the Supreme Court give their ruling. That is the only condition. That means he is not even backing down. And he said something. He said, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu has been sending lots of governors to come and plead with him to drop the case. So he knows how very, very grievous this case is. No wonder he was telling Judge Nancy Maldonado that anytime she releases these results, that it will really, really deal a very, very big blow on him. And he has just seen the tip of the iceberg. Please, don't forget to like our videos, share them, watch till the end. And if you're watching me for the first time, please tap the notification bell as well as the subscribe button so that we will get to link up when I drop a new update. See you next time in my next update. I have lots of information for you in my next update. See you. Bye.